Okay, I just wanted to review Basil J. Hiley's talk, his video presentation that was recommended to me tonight, and go into a new discovery, a new paper I discovered that corroborates something I had been suspecting, but I did not have the confirmation. And basically, I'll just try to cut to the chase here. You have Basil J. Hiley saying that time is non-local and non-commutative at the foundation of reality, and therefore calculus is not the foundation of reality. But there's this deeper non-local time in the future and the past overlapping. And he relies on the Heisenberg transitional frequencies that were discovered about 100 years ago. Actually, it was 100 years ago that Heisenberg published his paper. And so when we look at Heisenberg's paper, since I'm not a physicist, I'm still left a little bit wondering what the details are. And so then Heisenberg did write 100 years ago that in quantum theory, the frequencies are not commensurable with their harmonics, which is, he actually meant non-commutative. And that's what Born and Pascual Jordan then developed into the matrices mathematics. So then I discovered this paper that takes a second look at the Heisenberg paper, the original paper, and what that actual transitional frequency means. And the point of this paper is that when Heisenberg's math was converted into matrices, it covered up the non-commutativity, because they converted the non-commutativity into an identity matrix that's commutative. And so by doing that, they lost the truth of the non-commutativity, because then the non-commutative meaning as non-locality was reduced just to a mathematical matrices relation as an anti-commutator. And so you lost the connection to Planck's constant, which is the average energy of light. And that's one way it can be defined. But Basil J. Hiley's big point in his paper up here is that Planck's constant is actually wrong, because when this non-local non-commutativity was verified in an experiment with entangled photons, it could not be explained by the normal definition of a photon based on Planck's constant. And so you have to redefine what light means based on this non-commutative time and frequency. So that's what Basil J. Hiley meant by a radical restructuring of the foundation of physics. And so this paper goes into all the details about the relation of the Heisenberg transitional frequencies of Planck's constant to the Fourier relation. And I won't go into all the details because it gets kind of abstract. But the big point is that when they converted it to the matrices mathematics, then the physical meaning of the discrete emission and absorption of the photons was lost. And since you lost that physical meaning, then you lost the secret of the non-local non-commutativity that David Bohm and Louis de Broglie first discovered. And then Basil J. Halley took it to a deeper level, focusing on the non-commutativity. So I was very excited to find this paper that explains in detail how the matrices mathematics actually covered up the physical truth of the non-commutativity that Heisenberg had first discovered. And so basically, yeah, this is a really great paper. I actually emailed the author of the paper to make sure they knew about Basil J. Halley's work. And of course, this connects right back to the music theory research that I first did when I was in high school, when I was 15. So basically, the transitional frequencies that Heisenberg discovered were the equivalent of the non-commutative truth of the music theory, as Alain Kahn explains. And then Basil J. Halley is citing Alain Kahn in his paper up here. So it's all connected, and this is just one other piece to the puzzle, and I feel definitely corroborated on how to leave the matrix, quite literally. And just leave it at that. Thanks.